Good morning. I have chosen to do my video presentation on B.F. Skinner. So the reason I chose B.F. Skinner was because I have a bachelor's degree in psychology, and during my time in undergrad we learned a lot about people like B.F. Skinner and those who contributed a lot to psychology, behavior analysis, behaviorism, and things like that to kind of get to where we are in the world of education. He contributed a lot more to education than I was aware of. I was always used to learning about him from a psychology standpoint. So it was very interesting to learn more than I already knew during undergrad about B.F. Skinner. So a little bit about his background. He was born in 1904. He died in 1990. He studied at Harvard, and he was a professor there as well until 1974. So one of the main things he contributed to education was the idea of behaviorism and reinforcement. So we all know in class that behaviors are a big part of learning. When we have students that are contributing good behaviors to the classroom, it helps them pay more attention, helps them learn better. When we have students who are more of a distraction and aren't contributing those behaviors that we deem acceptable in the classroom, that can be an issue to distract them and other students from learning their best. So behaviorism in general is the idea that behaviors are influenced from an outside environment. So for example, if you have a student who's having a rough time at home, their behavior in the classroom may not necessarily be their general behavior. It might be something going on at home, something going on with a friend in another class, and it's kind of the environment that surrounds the individual that contributes to that behavior. Ways that Skinner thought that reinforcement could contribute to helping these behaviors would be things like operant conditioning. Operant conditioning is giving a reward or a punishment to influence a certain behavior. So for instance, if you have a student who is doing well, paying attention, participating in class, you may give them a reward, a piece of candy, a toy, out of the treasure box, something like that. This also goes the other way. If you see a student contributing bad behaviors to class, you may say, all right, I'm gonna take away 5 minutes of recess, or you'll have to do an extra math worksheet, something like that. Something considered negative to the student. B.F. Skinner also had the reinforcement theory. So the idea of this was to increase good behavior and decrease bad behavior. A way we could do this would be positive reinforcement. An idea of this in the classroom would be, and something I use almost every day, is if there's a student sitting on the carpet trying to listen and pay attention, and we notice that good behavior, there's also another student on the other side that is not really contributing, paying attention, participating in class, talking to other students. We may say, oh look, so-and-so is paying attention and doing really well and listening, and that's the kind of behavior I like to see. That student that is not contributing good behavior may say, oh, she's getting rewarded and praised for doing this good behavior, maybe I should do so as well. That is something that I use daily in my classroom, and it really does help with behavior. So it's basically introducing a positive stimulus to encourage that behavior that we want. So there are a lot of critics to B.F. Skinner's ideas. Everyone with an idea has critics. So personally, my critique would be that he did not believe in free will. As Christians, we kind of all, for the most part, believe that we have free will and God gave us free will to choose. And from this idea, we choose the path we want to go down, but the path that we feel like God has created for us, and that God has given us decisions and choices that hopefully lead to Him. So that's a critique that I do have about B.F. Skinner. And it was really interesting getting to research B.F. Skinner and learning some things that I did not already know. And that's why I decided to choose him for the video presentation. Thank you.